What is up, Remodelites? Dave with RemodelMedia. And back December 9th of 2019, I published a video on LinkedIn, and it was sort of a speculatory video on how the remodel industry is changing and how it would shift in 2020 and beyond. And I was pretty proud of it. In this episode, first, I'm going to show you that recording, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it and about where the remodel industry sits as we're amid the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. What is up, Remodelites? Dave with RemodelMedia, and I wanted to continue our conversation regarding the use of technology as it pertains to the kitchen and bath industry as we head into the year 2020. Now, the kitchen and bath industry has been poised to see some really big changes, probably for, well, as long as I've been doing this, about 14 years. Actually, this February will be 15 years. And certainly on the consumer end, we see that as a huge trend. We see locks you can control from your phone. We see refrigerators that you can check on your phone, a picture of what's in your refrigerator, and see if you forgot to buy milk or not. But I know for a fact that I am not telling any tales outside of school when I say that the use of technology as it pertains to customer acquisition by showrooms and vendors alike is largely underdeveloped. Now, I have said this before to people in my inner circle, and I've raised a few eyebrows, gotten a few questioning looks, but I've never actually put it out there for the world to see and hear. So I'm going to tell it to you guys now. I believe with every ounce of my being that within my lifetime, my job as it appears today, walking a customer around a showroom, showing them different products, showing them how things go together, is going to be largely irrelevant within my lifetime. Now, when in my lifetime? Who knows? It's probably not going to happen next week, next month, or even next year. I could be 90 before I see this come about. But I firmly believe that the customer interaction in the future is going to be one that most people would attribute to science fiction today. Meaning, people will strap on a VR headset or something equivalent in the future and take a virtual tour through a virtual showroom and possibly even be able to overlay that video with their current project and see how that range fits in their own kitchen. As I told you, it sounds pretty incredulous. It sounds like science fiction. And to say the least, a lot of people are skeptical about that. But I firmly believe that that is the case. That is what's going to happen. You can put it on paper, put it in ink. David Baker said, Monday, December 9th, 2019, I'm putting it on the record. So in 20 years, when it starts to come about, 30 years, whatever it is, I can go back, pull out this recording and say, see, I told you so. And if you're really paying attention to customer behavior right now, you do know that people can go on Amazon right now, take a picture of their living room, and superimpose a picture of the vase they're intending to buy, and see how it looks in their living room. Even a few years ago, Genair tried something similar. I don't know if they still have this feature, but at one point, Genair did have an app where you could take a picture of your kitchen and overlay a picture, VR style, of their range or their refrigerator and see how it looked in your space. Now, taking all this into account, the next logical question is going to be, Dave, well, how do I prepare for that? How do I make sure that my company stays relevant when technology is shifting so quickly? And the most logical response to that would have to be, well, what are you doing today with today's technology? Are you resting on your laurels? Are you being lazy? Or are you posting daily, sometimes multiple times a day, on the several platforms that people have their attention on. Platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and yes, even TikTok, because TikTok is a platform that will age, just like all the other platforms have already done. Facebook started out for college kids. Instagram was for people who wanted to take pictures. And now they're both an integral part of our daily lives. So the answer to the question, how do I stay relevant, is let's start being relevant. Quit being lazy and start posting on the platforms that matter now, so that when that shift happens, you're not 2 steps behind everybody else. Because the one thing that anybody who's ever done business anywhere will tell you is, it doesn't matter what you did yesterday, it's what you're continuing to do today that matters. If you're a business owner and your key marketing strategy is based in 1999 logic, and you're simply doing Google AdWords or Google Ads or SEO, search engine optimization, and that's it, you're not doing anything else, I got news for you, buddy. You're using 20-year-old technology. That's the equivalent of using a computer like this or a cell phone like this. And let's be honest, if you saw somebody walk into a business meeting with that type of technology and try and sell you on the fact that it's just as good as something in 2020, you probably would not take them very seriously, and you would probably turn around and walk out. That guy's pretty smart. Not bad looking either. But in all seriousness, I had no idea that the shift I was talking about at the time was going to come on the heels of a global pandemic. But nonetheless, everything I said, other than the timeline, has held true. People are shopping online, shopping from home more. Brands are looking for new and innovative ways to reach their clients. And at the end of the day, the clients are shopping for what they need, mostly from the comfort of their own home. Even in my situation, walking a customer around a showroom, I don't want customers around the showroom anymore. Instead, we do it all via phone call, Skype call, FaceTime. And of course, I have a very handy-dandy catalog of YouTube videos that I can show them. Because I didn't see this coming, but I knew that this technology was the way that the future was going to be. It's not like we're going to suddenly snap our fingers, it's going to be back to 1995, pre-Google, pre-YouTube. It's not going to happen. I'm seeing a lot more brands starting to say things, like I said in the video, like, well, how do we reach more people? How do we develop an audience? How do we do this? How do we do that? And they're turning to people like me that have done this before. And so for us and other creators like myself, this is not new. That scary moment where you're starting from zero, isn't that scary? I mean, my YouTube channel has more subscribers and more views than some of the brands that I talk about, some of the major brands. So, and this brings me to my channel and what you, the viewer, can expect to see from me. I'm still here. I'm still available. And I'm still going to continue helping anybody and everybody who reaches out to me. I don't care if you're like the guy that reached out to me asking questions about a garbage disposal, or the lady who reached out to me looking for a kitchen sink, or if you're like the guy doing a major remodel in San Francisco and you need to know opinions about accessory dwelling units and tips and tricks for that. I'm here to help. Now, that being said, I think one of the best ways that I can help is to maybe go live a little more often. I've gone live a few times interacted with a few folks directly, but I think if I was a little bit more consistent about it, I think more people would show up. So I'm going to start going live at probably around 6 to 7 every evening, just to check in with you guys and to answer any questions that you may have. I'll be able to tell you guys some stories and some things that we've been working on in the industry, and hopefully you'll be able to learn something in the process. As always, it's been good talking to you. Make sure you click here for more videos. Go ahead and click here to subscribe. Make sure you share this with all your friends. And if there's any question at all, anything in the world, you just leave that in the comments below or send me a tweet, email, Instagram, whatever. I'm not hard to find. And I'll see you in the next one.